outside of what happens on the balance sheet front, what are going to be the other considerations that will decide the timing of the IPO?
I think the most important consideration is actually the market conditions. And then also the systems that we have internally. This is a company that's been growing incredibly quickly, and we've been very focused on our product. What's our product like to our driver partners? What does our product look like to the users? The algorithms, the very sophisticated algorithms that are about matching supply and demand and pricing. We've been very outwardly product focused. As you think about putting the frameworks together to take a company public, you actually have to invest in your systems, in your accounting systems, estimates, etc. A lot of stuff that doesn't necessarily add consumer or driver value, but is necessary for a company to go public so that you can report in a timely manner. Business part of our company is right on track for an IPO.
Okay, so the focus was on product. Is the focus now shifting more to profit as well?
I don't want to sacrifice growth, and I certainly don't intend to sacrifice innovation. And that's what I was saying, which is we have to be careful not to turn to profits too quickly. We are actually investing quite aggressively this year because if you look at the market that we're addressing, we announced this last quarter that we're at a $40 billion bookings run rate, growing revenue over 100%. There are very few companies of our size that are at our scale, still growing revenue at 100+%. But when you step back, we are competing in the transportation space. This is a $5 trillion marketplace that we're going after, and we account for less than 1% of that market. So you will find me investing as much as I can humanly get away with and still go public. In India, actually, we continue to invest, and we consider that absolutely a core market. So we're going to lean forward.
You have an interesting situation in India where Softbank is also the largest shareholder of your fiercest competitor, Ola.
Yes.
So how does it all work?
Well, you'll have to ask them that question. I think, listen, Softbank is a very big picture investor. And when I talk to Masa about his beliefs, Masa's core belief is that the ride-sharing space is a space that's going to grow. So I think SoftBank isn't thinking about Ola versus Uber. SoftBank is thinking about Ola and Uber versus car ownership, and I think that's a pretty darn good bet.
But still, I mean, from a practical perspective, you're competing with them in a market like India. You know, SoftBank clearly putting big money into Ola as well, which it's using against Uber to compete in a market like India. What's the conversation that you then have with Masa?
But I view this as we're not spending against Ola, we're spending against car ownership. We are actually building mobility as a service, and I think our competing with Ola, it's a healthy competition because it forces us to improve our product, it forces us to be innovative, it forces us to reduce prices, and ultimately that's going to come at the cost of car ownership.